Hi, Eddie.
Hi, Joe.
How are you?
I'm doing alright, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seems like we're in a... I don't like new places.
Joe, it's not about the places we're at, but it's how we're going there. For instance, we could get there by going light speed.
Yeah?
Ah! Oh, wait.
More speed, Mr. Sulu?
Wait, or maybe, instead of light speed's too slow.
Okay, light speed's too slow.
Light speed's too slow. Let's go ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed.
Complete the quote!
I forgot the quote. What's the
Our
matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken? Let's go. We're gonna go so fast we go to Plaid.
To Plaid. They've gone to Plaid. Ludicrous speed. Go! Well, as per usual, our guitar nerddom has finally led us astray, and we've reached it. We've come to that age now where it's like, it, let's do a pedal show. Let's do
like
a pedal
everyone
show.
else.
Like everyone
A
else.
2-man pedal board show. Here, we have a green screen. Let's make a wall of pedals. We have a boss line, we have a Z-Vex line, we got everything.
Dude. But you know what people really want to see? They want to see a Strymon bridge.
Ooh.
Look at all the expensive pedals that you only use 10% of.
Listen, you do it on the clean intro of your symphonic metal band.
And then that's about it, So, let's start at the beginning of your toe.
Okay,
right.
so
what do we have here, Joe?
this is a parts caster.
Parts caster.
Meaning the body, the neck, they're all from separate parts. This is a body from MJT.
MJT. Yes.
It's a mahogany Jazzmaster body with a thin, it's got a little bit of checking. It's not quite a relic, but any of these bits are me.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a thin 3-tone sunburst on it.
Yes, and what is it encased and what is the gloss on?
Oh, it's
polyurethane?
It's the old stuff. What do you call it?
I thought it was polyurethane.
No, the polyurethane is plastic new stuff.
The
lacquer.
Yeah. Lacquer.
It's pretty thin lacquer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that adds to the wariness of the guitar, and in time it's just gonna naturally so add. Like the real question is do you even know if it's a 3-piece or 2-piece body?
I think it's I don't see many seams, so it might be a 2-piece.
Okay.
It could be a 3-piece. It's mahogany, so I don't know how the sheets of mahogany are compared to older.
Well, let's see. It's I think at that point it might be worth the risk because hopefully it's right down the middle that they use the 2 pieces, and hopefully there's actually a nice tiger bush.
And I got the mahogany because I like the fullness of a Gibson, but I want to go through the single coils of the Fender.
Hot take, Joe. Wood tone doesn't exist.
The neck is
where'd you get this neck?
Is an all-parts neck. There's a guy in Reverb called 1950s Finishes.
1950s finishes.
I think it's called 1950. It's 1950s Finishes. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an all-parts, big like post-CBS Fender head stuck.
Yeah.
It's got a 7 1/4 radius. It's pretty thick for you. It's just right for me.
Talk to me about your fretboard.
Oh.
We gotta tell people what's like.
It's a real dark Indian rosewood.
And that
7 1/4 radius because I like the vintage radius.
And this is slab.
Yeah, it's a thick slab of rosewood.
That is far darker than mine.
And the maple's got a little tint to it. It's not quite naturally aged, but I like the yellowing.
Reverse back on it. You see, this is what I like about maple is that you do get some kind of
you see where my hands have been.
Yeah, it actually is bleeding in after all this time. Wow, look at that. Yeah.
Because I've had this neck for about 3 years.
Yeah.
This guitar is about 5 years old at the moment.
So what happened here?
Oh, that's probably just from resting on the amp.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
And of course you've got the vintage tuners.
Yeah.
But they're staggered.
Yeah, and it's like 2 sets, so most of them are the lowest.
Yeah.
And then this one's these 2 are the normal ones, just so there's more break angle.
And I would most definitely say I do like this piece right over here.
Yeah, I always like the circular telly thing.
Yeah.
I had the mastery one. It works. It works so much better just keeping the less friction, but it just doesn't look right to me. So I sold it at Reverb. Reverb.com.
So now let's talk about your bridge. Actually, what pickups are you using?
Oh, I am using the Seymour Duncan Antiquities.
Yeah.
The ones.
Yeah.
It's originally started, I bought a pre-wired assembly.
Yeah, that's...
With the 1 meg pots.
Mm-hmm.
I tried a million different combinations, and then I got the Black Bobbin. There's a guy who used to work for Chicago Music Exchange.
Black Bobbin.
He had these wiring harnesses made by the same company, 920D,
Right.
and they're 280K pots.
280Ks.
Yes.
Oh, 80
hot
yeah.
250Ks basically.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
it's got a paper and oil Russian capacitor for the tone, and it's normal switchcraft, all that.
Now, what about the tone bleed? Because I do remember you had a...
Basically, I rewired the lead going from the tone from the first lug to the middle lug.
Right.
And it retains a lot of the treble as you go up.
Yes, that was the main concern there.
I tried a couple of treble bleeds, and the volume stays but the same for some reason.
Yeah,
It's
no. Especially on this instrument too. I've never when you actually really play and actually really use your tone and hear what exactly is being lost. That tone. Is that an issue just for the Jazzmaster? Is that just you?
It's everything. The 1 meg pots, especially when I first got it, the second you go to the 9, it loses almost all the treble. Just because there's so much wiggle room on the 1 meg.
Yeah.
A lot of people put 500K. I just like it's more telly-ish.
Jazzmaster pickup, no less.
Well, it's got the wider frequency range of the Telecaster's very bright, as you know, because it's wrapped around the metal and all that.
Now, finally, let's talk about your bridge and your tremolo system.
Well, basically, when I first bought it, I bought the Mastery Bridge and the Mastery Tremolo.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point, I wasn't jiving with the Mastery Tremolo. And I had gotten basically a stop tail piece where it's just the holes and there's no tremolo action. I still got that. And then I saw this company called Descendant. If you want to sponsor me, go ahead.
And what does Descendant do?
Basically, it recedes the strings into the bridge a little bit to get more break angle.
Yeah.
So.
So this is an entirely new bridge. I mean, a tremolo system.
Yeah, basically, instead of being normal, it rings a lot more on the Mastery and the stock one.
Yeah.
This one descends more and there's more downward pressure.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And also, this one. It can pop out.
You can pop out.
Because the Mastery one is stuck in there unless you pop it out and then you break the screw that's holding it in place.
Yeah, no, the minute that happens, it's over. So now we talked about the guitar.
Yes.
Now let's talk about your amp.
Okay.
Because this is very specific. As I've known it, this is now the second customized amp you've asked.
The first one, it was basically it was a JTM 45.
It was a massive, dude. It's pretty heavy.
It was a blues breaker with the tremolo, but I had added reverb to it.
Mm-hmm.
I had, ordered the thing, and I lost my job, so I had to pay it off slowly over time. Thankfully, the guy was very understanding, and he took the payments as I got them.
Yeah.
And I got it around Christmas of 2020. Yeah. 2019, 2020, around
Yeah.
And then, it was pretty loud. Obviously it'd be good for live, but I wasn't playing live at the moment, so, and I shouldn't have sold it, but I did. And it's a Marshall 18 watt, but with the treble middle bass instead of the single tone knob.
Thank the Lord. That's important.
And it's,
No.
I like either one.
I like a 3-tone EQ.
And then it's got a spring reverb. I specifically asked for the deluxe reverb, pan.
Yeah.
And it's got a bias tremolo.
Bias tremolo.
And purple Tolex.
That's the best part, honestly.
The purple Marshall.
The cherry on top, it is a purple amp, and I think you need to now really work towards
get some purple cables.
Exactly, purple cable, and then we'll work on a purple second guitar. But we'll cross that.
Hopefully, that old Fender Damascus Jazzmaster with the purple sparkle. That'd be cool. I know those are out of production. It's just a Squire one now. But.
Yeah. All right, and so finally, between that amp and guitar, we have an array of selections over here.
Yes.
Let's talk about pedal order first.
Okay, first we're going into this is a recent acquisition.
This is interesting.
This is the Basic Audio K-Fuzz.
Okay.
Basically, there were a million fuzz pedals back in the 60s.
Right.
One of them was like a wah type thing that
Plastic.
sweep the filter. Yes,
Yeah,
it's plastic.
yeah.
But yeah, this one basically, it's got all the controls. That one, the only control was the foot pedal, and it was the mid-range.
So like what, level, diode, if it's fat or
this is the
not?
volume.
Yes.
This is the fuzz.
Yes.
This is the mid-range sweep. So this is no mids, full mids.
Right. Very nice.
And then you could switch on and off the octave.
And it's a very subtle octave too.
It depends on how far up your neck you go.
So if
past
we're
the
down,
12th fret.
if we're down here, you don't really hear the octave.
Let's
But,
demonstrate.
Yes, let's start off with your clean tone. No, look into the camera and tell them this is my clean tone.
This is my clean tone.
He scares me when he makes that look.
All right. Let's turn this
Not
bad
quite
boy on.
clean, but how I like it.
All right. So is the octave on or off over here?
Basically, this is my
Yeah,
setting
let's start off with-
right here.
Yeah. Put your
is-
settings in.
Just a little bit of scoop, not quite complete a scoop,
Yeah.
and no diodes, no fat, because that's a lot.
Right.
And then
And then the octave is on. Okay. I like what I'm hearing, and it's a very focused fuzz. That's what I'm hearing. Now, you have the fuzz all the way up. Why do we do this?
It basically, well, without the clipping diodes on,
Yeah.
like here, let's just do no octave,
Yeah.
no fat. This is just fuzz,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
It's not much. It's like a fuzz face on half, basically.
Okay.
Now, when you put on the clipping diodes, basically it adds more hair to it, like
Oh yeah.
like it's kind of like a glitchy low gain big muff with the octave off and the diodes on.
And who makes this pedal?
Basic Audio. Most of their stuff is always out of stock because they're got back orders.
You're right.
But they basically make a recreation of every fuzz pedal known to man. They got a big muff clone. They got a fuzz face clone. They got every variation.
Triangle, yeah. And so, what is this a clone of?
K fuzz.
A K fuzz. Okay,
K was like a department store brand.
Right. So that plastic.
Yeah.
Like
They made a
okay.
K tremolo, K fuzz. They made a
Right.
bunch of K guitars. I think they
Right.
were made in Chicago in the Silvertone factory, I believe. So. Yeah, it takes a second. When you put the diodes on, it's putting all that level into it. Basically, with all the switches on, that's the stock pedal.
Right.
And here, try this. Just sweep the mid range.
I like that, man. That was like it's right there.
Alright, now in between,
In between that, so first you go into your fuzz. After the fuzz comes,
the chorus. This is an Analog Man mini chorus.
and now Analog Man, proudly made in Connecticut.
Made in Connecticut.
Made in Connecticut.
And this one is mini chorus. It's basically, it's a electromagnetic small clone,
Mm-hmm.
but but instead of a depth switch, it's a knob. Like this will be lowest, this will be the highest, so you get everywhere in between.
Right.
And pull out my trusty capo.
Oh, and he always keeps it in his pocket. Always in his pocket. Nice, nice. Ooh, yeah. Echo play right there. I like that.
Just drown in it.
Yeah.
It's watery, man. It'd be so much better if I had my delay, but it's not.
All right, man. Like, now, how do you pair your fuzz with this chorus?
Well, basically, my normal setting is speed all the way down, depth all the way up,
Right.
and then my octave fuzz.
That seems to be the sweet spot for the Pimpz right there. You wild man. You wild man. I just, like, to really envelop yourself in the distortion and then more importantly add more texture to it afterwards with, like, you know, all these other pedals. I just like, that's not me, you know. I like my distortion to be like, down, right here, you know. Alright, so, and what do we have here for the last one?
Now this is
the
a reverb acquisition. It's called the Medusa.
the Medusa.
It is basically
One slice pedal works.
One slice pedal works. Really good, nice guy. I got this for like less than $100.
Nice.
It's. I think it's a like a clone pedal PCB you could buy and just put it together. This guy is basically a ZVEX box of rock with a couple additions. The box of rock is basically a Marshall style overdrive with a boost.
Okay, and now just so I understand, that box of rock is not
Not the box of metal.
So essentially, this is the box of rock.
Yeah, but there's an alternate version of the box of rock where it's just the distortion side,
Okay.
and it has an extra gain switch
Yeah.
and a switch where you can shave off the low end in two different variations. This one has those switches, but it actually has an extra gain stage.
So which
So
one?
it basically this is stock subs to the right.
Define subs. I'm a little confused.
That's just the low end of the pedal. How much here? Turn it on.
Yeah, let's.
Now you turn to the right, or to the left, I mean. A little bit less bass. Then the middle, a lot more less.
A lot more or less.
But on the right, it like overloads.
Yeah,
the
now I'm hearing you. Now I'm hearing you. Yeah.
And
then we have.
in the middle is the stock gain. To the left is a little bit more. To the right is a lot more. Now I like to keep it on stock, so yeah, my settings are usually about here. With the lower value pots, there's a lot more low than
Yeah.
Like, because Jazz Bears is 1 meg or 1K, 1 meg pots.
Yeah.
Are very bright.
Now you use this for your distortion, not for overdrive.
Basically, when I'm at home, because I don't get to turn on my amp much at home,
Yes.
I'm using that in place of what the amp gain would be.
Okay, so in a perfect world, you would be taking your amp out and like turning it up to 10.
In a perfect world, I'd be turning it up to like 6 or 7, and then using the boost side to get more crunch out of it.
Right.
The boost is basically it's the super hard on
Yeah.
PCBX, which is a MOSFET based boost, which actually crackles because it's rebiasing the transistor while the gain knob on the distortion side doesn't. It's rebiasing the transistor as it's boosting the volume.
Right.
To maintain its clarity in the high end. But basically, keep that right there.
Yes.
This is the
And what about the drive and the boost?
Now this pedal also is not on the front, but inside it has an order switch where you can put the boost in front of or after the overdrive. After the overdrive is stock position.
Yeah.
But if you're using it as your main gain, you can put it before and then boost into the drive of the overdrive side. As if it was your amp, basically.
Right. So your drive is controlled by these three?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the boost is just a singular knob.
Okay, so I'm assuming drive is just the actual volume.
That's volume, gain, tone.
Okay, that's why I was like, but like
it's just it was his artistic liberty. I guess.
I like how this is functioning. Like it's trying to get down to like how the amp should.
And
be.
the great thing is the MOSFETs act like a lot like tubes, so.
Oh, you can go off. Nice. Yeah.
Cleans up.
Yeah. And now what about your fuzz? This doesn't clean up.
It lessens.
It lessens.
It's not quite a fuzz face where you get the.
Okay, yeah, I can hear that. Yeah. All right, Joe. So how about this? How about you give us a little something with all your pedals put together, and let's send it off. Joe, I think you've got a great.
Also, let's talk about. I got the one spot.
Yeah, that's of course the one.
Because it's everything's isolated, and they got two 500 milliamp on the right.
Yeah.
So if I ever get a whammy or something.
Oh, the whammy. Hello, Joe. I like what you're working with over here. I think this is great, and you know, let's see what you know.
And we're gonna talk about your stuff, right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about my stuff. Right after this commercial break. Wait. We have to transition to the commercial.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my new podcast. I've decided to enter into your lives through your television screen, or let's be honest, your phone screen. I'm a music snob. And even the worst kind of music snob deserves his piece and opinions to be out there. It's gonna be a whirlwind of fun times, stupid ideas, and you know what? Just gonna be me. But you know what? The message is very clear and very simple. Call me Eddy on YouTube. I gotta subscribe. All I'm saying, it should have been Lars. How do you ever get this way? We thought he had a mission. Now we all know that the rumors are true. But Chris is a fool.
Well, that was a load of bull. I don't believe anything they just told me, and exactly what to do, I have no idea. I want nothing to do with this commercial.
I have to ask my doctor.
But what I do know is that I'm buying it. I don't know what I'm buying, but I'm buying it.
Why am I over here now?
Well, Joe,
I'm over here now.
And I'm
You
over
over
here.
here? I'm over here now.
That's a you problem, all right, because we already went through your.
Oh.
So now it's turned.
How the turntables.
How the table has turned onto my now. So, with that said, I'd like to take some time.
Hello. I know this girl.
You do know this one. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
This is Susie.
This is, in fact, Susie after many years and trials of tribulation.
He's finally got some scuffs.
Exactly.
He's got some checking going on.
Exactly. The aging on this I've adored very much.
He's gone through about 2 pickup sets now. This is the third.
This is the third iteration of this guitar. The first stock pickups I didn't gel with, and then the second time around I did gel with.
You
for
knew
a while.
Guy. You tried it out. It
It
didn't. Over time, it faded.
Yeah. exactly.
Now this set is a Fender noiseless set?
Yes, I believe this is the
Oh yeah, by the way, this is
generation.
a late 2000s Mexican Fender 60s Classic Series Strat.
Yes.
With,
So
when it
basically,
still had rosewood.
when it still had rosewood. And essentially, this is what the current Vintage 2.
Ventera.
Ventera 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ventera 2 would essentially be, but new pickups and everything.
And he's got the aluminum pickguard on there,
Yes, aluminium.
which you really don't need noiseless.
I really
but it
like,
just looks cool.
I honestly, I was like, you know what, I'll take the black on this one.
Black
And
on
now-
black?
Exactly. Black
black
on
on black.
black on dark wood, and I have now accepted this is my Nega David Gilmour era.
Just need to replace the maple neck, and then you go. But,
Oh yeah, just like take off the fretboard and put an entirely new maple fretboard
yeah,
on top.
I mean, it's so cheap. Alright, now, what are we running into here?
Probably the best investment I made musically ever.
Oh, we're talking about this beautiful amp we're hearing?
Yes, this
It's a
is a Fender
68? 68 custom deluxe reverb, I believe.
Yes.
It's the Silverface reissue.
I didn't know how much plain vanilla would be incredible, but it is.
It's just so full.
And the reverb on it is great.
The reverb is one of the best reverbs in the business.
Let's be real, if this was honestly just a hardtail, string through body, perfect, great.
The only
No.
person who knows how to use a Strat Trem without, going out of tune has been dead since 1970. So.
Jeff Beck? Oh,
Jeff Beck died recently, you goober.
Yes, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Jeff Beck. But
JB.
we really mean Jimi Hendrix, but, that man was also, he had 5 springs in the back, and I only used
Even
3.
Stevie Ray Vaughan didn't know how to keep it in tune.
Yeah, he did have guitar techs. But,
Who that worked for John Mayer, because John Mayer
worked for
wants
John
to
Mayer.
be Stevie Ray Vaughan
Exactly.
so bad.
Exactly. Enough chit-chat and chatter. I think it's time for me
What's
to
on
show...
the floor?
What's on the floor? Well, on the floor is my board.
Okay.
And here is how I view things out. So let's start off with the red distortion. This pedal's been discontinued, I do believe.
Yes,
now.
it's Walrus Audio.
Exactly. And they make another version of it as well. And what I've come to realize is I enjoy having a 3-band EQ when it comes to my distortion, so I can really get a full grasp.
Especially when you're
of
swapping
everything.
guitars, right?
Oh, exactly. But as of right now, what I'm realizing is the farther away I get from my amp and actually allowed to be loud, the distortion's actually coming in. So, like, for the first time ever, I'm actually hearing, like, something. So, very much, yeah, that's the thing. Very much a big fan of this. It doesn't necessarily clean up. I don't really need to clean it up. I'm a big fan of, like...
Yeah, he likes having it, off clean,
Yes.
on. He doesn't
Yes.
really like in between.
Then we can start getting into overdrives and, like, yeah, I'm
and
getting...
then stacking overdrives.
Exactly.
Like every guitar player these days.
Honestly, I just need distortion.
Clean
and
channel,
Exactly.
and your distortion pedal is your distortion channel.
Exactly.
basically.
I think in a perfect world, I'd like to keep my amp hot,
Yes.
and because I went through one rehearsal where it was just hot the entire time, and I just eased back when I didn't have a solo to take, and it was great. I was like, wow. But
Dynamic range.
Dynamic range. But yeah, so
Now, what's this one going
this
into? This is the recent edition.
This is fairly recent, not too recent.
This was a closeout sale, I believe.
Yeah, so Banco's was closing out on the
Banco's used to be in Ansonia, Connecticut.
Yes, and it used to be the local music store that all the kiddies would especially me, would learn guitar, saxophone, all that jazz. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, after change of ownership, the guy was like, we have to let it go. And the last day I was in there, it was 50% off.
Yeah, and you got a great deal.
I still
not as good as the other deal you bought for your friend, but
no, honestly, if you think about it, here's the situation. These micro pogs are expensive.
Yes.
People pay over $200 to get these things, and I only paid half of that.
There you go.
It was $120, and I got it, and that was the deal of a lifetime.
Octave up, octave down, clean blends.
And what personally,
really good tracking.
A lot of people complain about this. Sometimes it's how do I say this? Because you end up sounding like an organ,
oh yeah, well I mean. Yeah, do the fade-ins, yeah.
Hold on one second, I got this one.
Now, in what context do you use this? Or are you just experimenting?
Usually it's a lot of experimenting, but whenever there is how can I say this, where there's group lines, and especially in my band right now, where I want to try and cut through, if I'm not harmonizing or anything like that, I'm like, okay, then I'll just play the lead and go. And just that little bit of color.
A lot like Thundercat does on his bass.
Yeah.
Where it adds depth to everything.
Yes, and then at the same time, this, if for instance, the Pink song, but this is still new, and still a lot more things to play around with, but I like it for what it is. It's a different texture that I can add to.
And it's not over like on the Pog 2 where you have multiple 2 octaves up, 2 octaves down. Oh, sometimes you just need simple.
No. The only difference what I would do is that with this I'd probably trade it in to get it smaller, but honestly it's when you have one, there's no reason to get
it. They have the micro pog, the nano pog, and now the mini pog, right?
Yes,
which
this is the
not bad reviews apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently it's not even close to the same.
Damn, that sucks. So. That sucks because the EHX is great at taking it like that, but now it's just
all digital. So
now the latest addition to the pedal board, and I do mean the quite newest, and I think this is over a year old, is from Dual Stage Amplification. Love you, Donato. Great guy, and he makes his own pedals, and I have yet I miss my MXR Phase 90.
You got a Phase 90.
The Phase 90, honestly, if I could go back and have that pedal, that'd be great. This one is new, and there's more control to it, but as a lazy musician as I am, I just haven't really had the time to sit down and go through everything,
And this it's multiple wavelength phaser, right?
Yes.
You can change speed, depth. This is a more traditional slow one.
Exactly, and then this one really brings your rate up.
It's kind of square wave almost.
Yeah, I like. That's way too much, but right here, yeah, that's great, and let's give it a little bit more width to it.
It more as an auto-wah sometimes?
Most definitely.
Not as deep as an auto-wah, but similar.
Yeah, most definitely. That's how the original Phase 90 was for me. I wasn't about to take a wah on stage and go this, sing and play. So now it's like. Hold on 1 second. 4th position.
about this fuzz pedal is not only about, more traditional phasing and then, more faster, is that I can also, instead of tapping it on to play, I can just hold on to it and the effect happens.
Yeah, it's a momentary latching thing.
Exactly.
Let's play.
Yes. So, for instance, if
Play
that's a
something
situation,
funky.
and that's and. I think what we really want is tremolo to be more of a phaser, and then we want our phasers to be more flangers. And
I'm getting on the left side of the
tremolo.
range. It's more of a sine wave, and this one's kind of like it blooms a little bit. It's a pulsy.
Yes, definitely.
All right. So after this, we have
the standard. I think I got this on a good deal as well, and I personally love what I've done to it. Joe disagrees with me, but a DD.
I'm an analog delay guy.
Yeah, no, and I think the DD7 is just something that.
Yeah, it's got a lot. It's got a lot of options.
The options are there.
It's got a looper built in, I believe.
Yes, the looper's built in as well. I don't really screw around with the looper, but that's just me.
It's there if you need it.
Exactly. Now, the range of repeats are really. How can I say this? It's really not necessary for me. I just find one setting, for instance, all the way over here.
Yeah, the 3200 milliseconds.
Exactly, and then from there I control the repeats.
Yeah, with his tap tempo.
With my tap tempo, and I just found that to be just a little bit easier from song to song. Instead of going down and overshooting it.
The depth.
So overshooting it and whatnot. So, but yeah,
let's hear how it sounds clean.
Oh yes, yes. This is my clean tone.
In your context.
Yeah.
Like you would play live.
Yeah. This one I'm gonna, let's see. Ooh, actually, yeah. You know my mistakes.
So you like to slap back almost sometimes just to fill in space.
Yeah. Like I said, I think I just the option to go crazy is there. I just never had the opportunity to do it. And then at the same time, I just don't around with it as much. Mm-hmm. I think the main consensus of all this is that I don't around with this that much. Mm-hmm.
It's there when you need it, though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
And then lastly on this board, we have the TC Electronics Hall of Fame 2.
Piece de Resistance.
Which is a reverb pedal.
Yes. Now, mind you, all of this really stemmed from my other amp, the Fender Bassman I have.
Yeah, which didn't have a reverb, so you need a reverb pedal.
Exactly. But then when I realized, I can get some really great freaking tones out of here. And I think my favorite one of all is the Shimmer. Yes.
So you could sound like you're the angels, the choir of angels singing.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to do with my hands. And the great thing about this one is it has the momentary switch on it, just like the like the phaser. where you can let it go crazy. Like. So many Christian, like house bands do this. It sounds like the angels are coming. And it's a pressure sensitive switch too.
Essentially, the expression pedal is built in inside here. And you could also do this as well for the for instance like Hall.
Yeah.
And actually lo-fi would be interesting.
Okay.
Just hear that. That is the pedal board that I idealistically use.
Now, let's be honest.
Let's be really honest.
Most gigs you're not using this.
Oh, no, I'm not. There's not enough room
Now,
on stage for me.
We're going to make a quick cut and show you what Eddie usually uses. We'll be back in a second.
Alright,
And we're back.
And we're back.
And this is what actually Eddie uses in most scenarios.
If you really think about it,
He is it's super complex what he uses. And sometimes it boggles my mind how he keeps track of all these settings and how to use in different contexts.
Yep.
It's Boss DS1.
This is how could I say this? Let's be real about this.
It's the cheese wedge that ends all pedals.
Of all the pedals that have been with me through all the years,
This was the first one.
This was the first pedal I ever owned, and I didn't know how to deal with it.
This is the pre-2011 one for you pedal nerds.
This is the pre-2011 one, and regardless of it though, it's great. The older I get, the more I appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning I was like, yo, I can't get anything out of this one. I was looking at the manual, I was like, this sounds like fuzz, and I was like, I can't really do it. But now,
how about
like
you sit back? Play a clean tone. Let's see how it sounds.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Sound of the DS1 by now.
Yeah, like it's.
What did you just start playing yesterday? I mean, come on.
I will always say that the majority of anybody's gig can be this. All right, like don't get me wrong. I like the other effects. I like what's really.
As
like,
long as your
cool,
point is to play the song and not to play the pedals.
Exactly, and that like when you have the amp that is truly a neutral sound, then you can stack anything on top of it and make it, whichever way you can EQ it in a way, within reason, of course, within reason.
Where everything's at your feet.
Exactly.
This is you need a good, clean amp.
Yep.
That is exactly how you want it.
You can overdrive it. You can use it.
And this can either boost in front of it or be your distortion channel.
Yes.
And it's surprisingly versatile. It's got a wide tone sweep.
Exactly. And these are the things that I didn't understand when I first got it. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you, when I got this because I was like, Dad, I need something, and I was too busy trying to.
I want the storage thing. Get the one that says the storage.
Yeah, exactly. Then I was playing all the AC/DC riffs on.
Well, you had your Brownsville small copy.
$50 away by a cap, but that's okay. Life moves on. But if anything, this is it. And honestly, for giggles, I also have this to show off.
It's got the most features of any of the wah pedals that Amon makes.
Yes,
it's got the boost.
Yes,
it's got
the boost is so important.
The switch for the capacitors. It's got a knob for the Q and the bias and all that stuff.
This volume variable Q fine tune and honestly I had a friend come over. He was blasting my amp, and the minute he turned this on, the overdrive actually sounded really.
Added character to it.
Oh yeah, and then I was like, holy crap! He was using the wah pedal and everything. I was like, damn! This is something that's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, kids.
And coincidentally, it's Kirk Hammett's favorite wah. So you're in good company. Kirk Hamster.
Kirk Hamster. But rest in peace.
He's from the Metallia Deaths?
Metallia Deaths. But rest in peace, Dimebag Darrell. I think this was probably... I don't think he had an official release with it.
I think he was working on it before.
Yeah, they were working on it, and then they came out with this, and I think his distortion did come out.
Which is just what was a crate amp?
Crank.
The solid state amp in era. It was 4-crank.
Oh.
It wasn't PV. It was like a crate or something like that.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah.
And it was just the preamp for that in a pedal.
Oh my God. Honestly,
it works.
This pedal, and then if I can get the matching, overdrive that he had, I think that'd be a great collector's item.
Now I think we're gonna do a little bit of wrap up.
Yeah,
we're gonna do a change of location.
Yes. Let's change location, and how about we just tell them? How about let's surprise people? Let's surprise them
after this commercial break.
Right after this commercial break.